Hey, Big Dave the Middle-Aged Gamer here with another episode of Fallout London, Hares and Piggies. And we are just outside the Mend Radio. Remember how that episode ended? It was an interesting discovery to see that Nigel was working all this time for Angel Labs. Who would have thought? Alright, we're going to follow the road. And, okay, I didn't know there were bleachers here. Are we back in Roundel territory? Sure as hell doesn't look like it. Or is this just how Hackney is? For all my English friends watching this, could you let me know, please? If you know. That's what comments are for things like that. But, you know, third run, I've never been out here before, so this is something new. And there's something inbound here. We've got to find this out. The hell? Do we have another hermit here or something? Druid encampment. Well, the hope here... it's a take. That's not a good sign.
I'd just leave that rubbish behind if I were you.
Well, the hope was that this would be like my friends at Biggin Hill Airport. But no, this... I have a feeling these are more cultists than druids. Oh, what the hell did I just pick up? I think it was a magazine. Almost positive it was. Anarchy Times. Yeah, it was an Anarchy Times. Anarchy Times is the Fallout London equivalent of Tales from a Junktown jerky vendor. God, that's a mouthful. Which means it gives you better prices. The London Dungeon. Terrible stories for terrible people. Travels across London. Sights and places to see and scavenge and who to meet or who not to meet. Pending. It's the Anarchy Times. It started as the London Times from the heart of the Empire. So, well, definitely worth it just to get that mag.
Who's there?
Cultists, definitely cultists. And somebody's got a launcher, and I've got too much weight. Alright. We're going to keep the office telephones because copper and screws are all very important. Bone cutters have copper. Yes, we all need copper because we went through an absolute boatload of them. Putting together my lair, and if I ever want to build another settlement, I'm gonna need a fair amount more. Alright, so that lightens the load a little bit.
To defensive position.
You never have too much dirty water. Radishes. Strawberry cream, that's useful. We'll grab the salt and pepper, because...
I will flush out the demon.
What the hell are they attacking?
corruption must be arrested.
Cultist Lecter. Alright, well, we've been spotted. And, oh, he's got something shiny. Okay, they've caught up to me. Damn it. Okay. Damn it, I missed. Okay, I just want somebody I have a decent shot at. This guy I do. Yeah, of course, on this third one. Haha, you missed me. Whoa. Actually, that sells pretty well. I'm just going to keep the double-digit sellers. And we're going to probably have to do better than that at some point soon. I want to see what weapon that is, because that's an impressive looking weapon. Quick charge zap sniper rifle. Okay. And the white hooded robe's worth something. Okay, we just have this Lecter left. Okay, light machine gun. And we're a bit overweight. Lovely. Okay, everything there is a necessity. Alright. That does get us back under, barely. That'll do for now. Okay, we're gonna hide. We need to eat a little something. Maybe drink a little something. Do something with a little something. We are banged up. We'll pop our last ice cold ion brew for some AP returns. And as far as food goes, okay, that strawberry cream we just picked up, plus 25% critical chance. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. And some Buenas beans. And spotted dick.
Weak blind fool.
Okay, we're gonna end this right here. Okay, Okay, here's the initiate. Grab the shotgun. And put down the shotgun. Arthur. Get up, buddy. Alright. Okay, so that was a fun little bit. Let's look at the map here. Okay. Alright, so successful fight means we save. And I'm going to bounce for a bit. I got to do some inventory control management. Actually, hold on. Where are you, Arthur?
We Mountbattens pride ourselves in fair trade.
And, okay. Okay, so he's maxed out now, basically on junk. And actually, we're going to take out the stuff that we don't really need.
I need to warn you about something.
Okay, we got something to talk about. You tell me whatever you want. Wrong button.
Before I met you, I was a loner. Mostly for self-protection. Whoever said there's safety in numbers was not radioactive, I'll tell you that. And as such, I've forgotten how to be a friend. But seeing you and your daring do's and your even more daring don'ts, it reminded me of something important. You deserve to know every sordid detail of my life. You've earned that much. Did you ever wonder why I decided to deck my boss across the face on a random Tuesday afternoon?
That's what all bosses deserve.
No. I'm sorry, it's no laughing matter. I'm losing my mind. Within a few years' time, I will become nothing more than another blind, snarling commuter. But there is nothing I can do about it.
How do you know?
A few months back, I was dealing with an odd bout of brain fog. Thought it was stress. I was quite the dedicated worker, you see. Wanted to replace my boss. Had been working 100 years of long nights for it. I went to a doctor. Turns out it wasn't stress, but rather my brain beginning its feralization process. Soon, I was told, the fog would turn into memory loss. I'd lose my faculties, my voice, my sense of self. And one day, I'd go to sleep Arthur and wake up an animal. I'm sorry. I've never told this to anyone else before.
I'm here for you.
Thank you. I went to work, all shaken up. I accidentally made a few typographic errors. Missing apostrophe here, dangling participle there. It was enough for my boss to berate me in front of the entire office. Call me a dunce. A waste. I looked up at this man, who I had worked under for decades. This man who had never thanked me, never seen me as anything other than a name on a spreadsheet, and I realized I'd die before him. So I did what I had to do, and I punched him. It felt so good to give in to my rage after years of apologizing and begging for his forgiveness. But by the time I realized what I was doing, the damage was done. And that's how we find ourselves here, at these crossroads.
How long do you have left?
The doctor said anywhere between a few months and a few years. They don't know enough about ghoul anatomy to be certain.
Lovely. Should I be worried?
Trust me, if it ever happens, I won't be near you. I don't want you to remember me as whatever I'll become.
Crossroads?
I have a list of things I wanted to do once I got that managerial position.
Here's the quest.
Things that I could have done at any time, but that I chose to ignore in favor of working another pointlessly long night. After my diagnosis and my firing, I thought I'd never accomplish a single thing on that list. Why bother? But now, seeing you and your actions, I want to try again. I want to complete my list. Will you help me?
Of course. Let's do it.
Thank you. Truly. From the bottom of my heart. Now, my list isn't exactly what I'd call high art. It's 4 objectives, all of which carry a deep personal meaning. The first one is rather simple. I want to buy a fancy bottle of Sipperson gin at my favorite pub in Westminster.
That seems like a really simple request.
That is on purpose. You have to understand, my list was all about rewarding myself for finally obtaining the promotion I had worked so hard for. It's not about life-changing choices, but rather life-affirming moments. Hence the simplicity of it. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Okay. So, now you understand why we're pushing to get to Westminster. Okay, we're going to save again. And I do have some inventory control I need to get through. I've got 4 pounds to work with. That's not enough. Alright, so I'm going to bounce to the shop and back. Okay, back at the Mend. Easiest spot to get back to without any extra shenanigans. If you remember, things like to repop automatically, which means going back to the Druid encampment is a bad idea, as you can hear. I don't think we want to deal with that again. So now we will just stick along the road, give them as wide of a berth as possible. Now that we know what's there, we can avoid it. What did it used to be called? Shoreditch Park. So we will avoid that. We will head to this pier and deal with our legendary tough pig rat instead. Wait for it to... No, I was going to wait for it to get closer, but I think Arthur has other ideas. Yeah, one shot took...
I was just getting warmed up.
You did pretty good there. Rad-powered leather chest piece. Light, but still grants additional strength the higher your rads. There's some twisted melee builds involving that piece. Anyway, successful fight means we save.
Tremble at this sight,
I think we've seen movies that start like that.
Weak. Shout.
We're gonna say...
Bones can't handle too much.
And I guess we're dealing with the cultists anyway. Lovely.
Maybe we should take the chance to escape. And once you are awake.
Come on, Arthur, I made it easy for you.
Jolly good try. As an answer.
Well, on the bright side, we got rid of the... I'm gonna have to take this shot. Oh, dear. And here we go. Well, he's useless now.
Anyone hurt? No? You shall me.
Okay, he must have healed himself.
Be whoever's this to us. Can't avoid this fight.
Okay, I gotta be careful, because...
Really?
Oh, you
I
fucker.
can't feel my legs. Ready forward, my companion. To war.
You know what, if nothing else... It did do this, though, at least. Oh, jeez. Okay, we are banged up. That direct hit from the laser really hurt. Alright, Pumpkin Pie gives some max HP, so that could be useful. Big Bloaty for some rad resistance. You never know where that's going to come out. Stop it, dick. Yorkshire Pudding. Crispy Squirrel Bits. That'll do for now. Now that I've closed the distance on the Herald. The Herald is dead. Can't even target that person. Well, at least we got a shot on this one. geez, 95% and I missed? The good news is, now we're concentrating on me. Okay, that just leaves the Lecter. That's a better shot. We're going to end this now.
Old bones can't handle too much of this.
And we're going to save again! I thought I was going to be far enough away from these idiots. Clearly not. Well, that explains what killed me last time. Excuse me. Did not mean to sound like a grovelly 70-year-old toilet seat coke sniffer. Alright, whoever that was running away from them is now safe and likely way on their way. And that's fine with me. Already got you, right? Okay, we're gonna save again. Ugh, for the love of Pete. What the hell is over here? Let's find out. This is expansive, so we're gonna leave open. Kingsland Basin. Well, let's have a look-see.
I'd just leave that rubbish behind if I were you.
At the very least, the junk that we... Roundels! Okay. That's always good to see, especially in their territory, and seeing as how we're all mates. Anything up in here? Blood pack hypo. Radio. Alright, we're gonna... Alright, turns out none of that was any good. Fine. And the only thing I have worth selling that fails to meet that, I'm actually using. That's my Roundel Ally Battle Coat. Okay. Okay, we know the life preservers aren't worth it, so we're gonna ignore those. Ew. Not exactly appetizing, is it? And if any of you said yes, we need to talk. Alright, back on the road. We'll save after that little bit of unexpected pleasantness. Alright. So we got another building we're coming up to, and a checkpoint. Spin and Shine Laundromat. Yeah, why the hell not? Oh, that's not good. You hear that? Sounds like there's a Robo-Margo in here. And some ferals. This is tight quarters, so... And a bunch of glowing toys. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that empty coolant is not that valuable. Don't know about the XYZ cleaner. Hey, you know what? We'll grab it anyway, just to make absolute sure. You know, just in time for us to forget by the next episode. Okay, fungal tuber, brain fungus, shopping basket, fancy hairbrush. Not grabbing the textbook because that ain't worth jack. Okay, the hitbox for the search is a little weird, but sure, we'll make it work. fungal tuber. But yeah, that definitely sounds like a Robo-Margo. The good news is, it should be high enough level where it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Okay, it's still pretty dark in here. We got one light it's shining like a spotlight. Okay, we got some rads brewing. We have to go down further deep into the rads. Well, you know what that means. Jimmy Hat time and Radex time. They do work in tandem. See, that I remember. Okay. This place is flooded, and we can't grab the glowing fungus. Grab this glowing fungus. Glowing fungus, good for Radaway. Brain fungus, good for clarities. Did we find the Hackney Pindar? That requires an expert level hack. Alright. Now for those wondering about my hacking tutorial, I've got the clips I need. I just need to put the rest of it together. Alright. Attempted, that's a 0. A-T-T-E. Nope. As you can see, the E's in the first 4 spots line up. A-T-T-E-M-P-T-E-D. Okay, Clockwork could do it. It does not, but it gives us a little something. C-L-O-C-K-W-O-R-K. It does not line up. Okay, C-L-O-C-K-W-O-R-K. The O's do line up, so that could work. And it does. Whoop. Well, if it's a Pindar, it's not a specifically marked one. Okay, we got some hostile Protectrons. Okay, it looks like that was a animal card. Blue Cumber. Tuber. Okay, this looks like the break room for laundromat employee beds. Okay, obviously this laundromat was more than just that. Than just a laundromat. This really does feel like a Pindar. And I still hear that Robo-Margo. We'll save before we cross. Another fungal tuber. Oh, it's a naval walker. I'd rather it be a... I'd rather it was a Robo-Margo. Oh, right, those things aren't worth it. That Robo-Margo circuit board, however, very worth it. Okay. Okay, the shopping bags actually sell pretty decently, surprisingly. Alright, everything else is good for now. I don't need to dismantle my weapons yet. But should such a need arise, at least we have a spot to do that. Okay, that's just water I'm highlighting. Mini lurk meat. Okay, that's a generator, so you got to be careful here. Especially when you're in the water. God damn it, Arthur! A copy of Dan Rage! +5 poison resistance.
I've read that one before. Quite the page turner.
Hackney Pindar Terminal. I was right, it is a Pindar. Protect and survive. Entry 1. It's been a few weeks since we set up our secret listening post in the basement of this Hackney laundrette. At first, I was skeptical about this location, but I must admit it's a stroke of genius. No one would suspect that we're here, listening to everything that goes on in the streets above us. We also managed to overcome all the expected issues in setting this up without being noticed. The purpose of this listening post is simple. We're gathering intelligence on potential threats to national security. We're listening for any signs of trouble, any whispers of terrorist activity, anything that could pose a risk to our country. It's a vital job, and I'm proud to be a part of it. The longer we stay here, the more convinced I am that this location is perfect for our needs. The constant hum of the washing machines and dryers drowns out any noise we make, and the laundry workers are so busy they never notice us coming or going. Our listening equipment is state-of-the-art, and we're able to pick up even the slightest whispers of danger. I can't say much about what we've heard so far, as we have been having some issues in listening back to what has been recorded. But let's just say that I'm pretty sure we've intercepted some conversations that could potentially save countless lives. It's not glamorous work, but it's necessary work, and I'm honored to be a part of this team. Entry 3. So we discovered that everything we have recorded has been useless. The vibrations of the machines are so strong that they're interfering with our equipment. I knew that was coming. It's clear that whoever made this decision didn't consider the practicalities of setting up a Pindar station in a basement laundrette. I don't understand why anyone thought this was a good idea. We're supposed to be creating a listening post, but how can we listen for anything when the machines won't work? We might as well be listening to white noise. I'm starting to question whether this Pindar station will serve any real purpose. We can't pick up anything due to the vibrations, and the location is hardly ideal considering what little we have picked up. It's just old people discussing the best ways to clean whites. Why didn't we set up in a more suitable location? I'm concerned that we're wasting our time with this. I cannot believe that someone had the bright idea of setting up a Pindar station in the basement of a laundrette in Hackney. I'm not sure what the point of this Pindar station is anymore. It's clear that the location is completely unsuitable for our needs, and the equipment isn't working as it should. We might as well pack up and go home. Yeah, y'all didn't think that through, clearly, did you? Alright, so we're done here. Oh, now we can get the brain fungus. Get out of the rats. We've done enough of that. So, all of the monsters we had in here were 1 feral and 1 naval walker. Actually, no, we did. There was a IV bag. No, I don't want that. Actually, you know what? Fine. And there was also that Protectron. It was kind of lame. Alright, so we're going to leave it here. Next episode, we're going to explore even further, as we are slowly covering everything else here. We're going to make our way further around south, and then we're going to be here. It's highly possible we start this part in the next episode. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get the latest and greatest videos as they come in and to help this channel grow. It's been Big Dave, the Middle-Aged Gamer. This is Fallout London, Hares, and Piggies. I'll see you all next time.